Hello students, I hope you all are safe and fine. Yes students, today let's start with our studies and with a new chapter we are going to start. And next chapter is landforms of the world. Before going through this chapter, I would like to tell you that we started with the explanation of Earth. I explained you about what are latitudes, what are longitudes, and many more imaginary lines. In second chapter, I explained you about the movements of the Earth, that is rotation and revolution. When the Earth is making its round around the sun, then the seasons are caused, and due to this different seasons, accordingly, the lifestyle of the human beings and plants also depend on that. So, in this chapter is also related with Earth. See children, on this Earth, we can see some landforms are there. In this scenery, what you all are observing. Yes, you can see mountains, rivers, plains. These are all the landforms. There are many more like deserts, Deccan plateaus, and all islands, and all are also the part of landforms. Now, what are landforms? Landforms are the natural things which are on the earth, not made by man. So, starting with this, first we are going to start with mountains. So, how the mountains were formed on the earth? Mountains were formed by the earth crust. As the pressure in the earth was more, and with that force, the earth crust come out of the earth and the mountains were formed. Children, there are mainly three types of mountain. Children, you can see here mountains are of three types. The fold mountain. These mountains are formed due to the pressure inside the earth crust. It is said that there are 7 continents on this earth. So earlier they were very far from each other. So when they were coming towards each other, the continental plates collide with each other. Collide means hitting each other. So the earth crust raised up and formed the mountains. Some mountains, fold mountains, I can give you the examples like the Himalayas, the Andes in South America, the Rockies in North America, Alps in Europe. These all are known as fold mountains, and they are also known as young fold mountains. Young fold mountains because they are 50 million years old, and as you know, our earth is 4.54 billion years old. So these mountains are considered as young fold mountains. Similarly, if I give you the example of like the Aravallis, you all know Aravallis? Aravallis are in Rajasthan, in our state, Rajasthan. And many of you must have been to Udaipur, Mount Abu. There the mountains which you have seen are Aravallis. These Aravallis were considered the highest mountains in the world when the Himalayas were not there. It is also said that earlier these Aravallis were covered with snow, several glaciers were there, and lots of greenery, plants, and forests were there. But slowly the wind, weather, and rain worn away these mountains, and now the original, only the stone, the mountains are remain. else all things have run away from there. So their only mountain, the Rocky Mountains, are left, and the height is also not so high now. So these are also known as residual mountain. Yes, one activity you can do at home, like how I will show you, like how these mountains were formed on this earth. Suppose these are my two hands are like continents. When they are coming towards each other, the continental plates are colliding, are hitting each other, and you can see this paper rising in the center. So this is the way when the continents were coming closer to each other, and this way the mountains were formed. Yes, children. Now see, these are block mountains. The diagrams are the landforms. These are the mountains. When sometimes the earth crust, there is a crack, and the crust is there, has a crack in between. Sometimes the earth crust have crack in between, like this. Two parallel like crust are there, or we can call it as fault. These, you can see these two lines, these are parallel here. If there is only a single crack, then there will be no sinking of the land. But when there are two faults or two cracks, then the position will be like this. The land from the center will sink, and the rift valley is going to be formed. And these two, you can see here, there are no peaks like the Himalayan mountain have the peaks. There are no peaks here, they are flat from top, so they are known as block mountains. The good example of block mountains you can see in south at Nilgiri Hills. Children, the third type of mountain is volcanic mountain. You know, our earth from outside means the surface of the earth is cool, but inside the earth it is hot. Inside the earth there are rocks, and they are in a form of molten, means like melted. So when it comes out, when this lava, the inside the molten rock is also known as magma or lava. When the temperature is too hot, then this lava pushes it up, and it comes through an opening known as vent. In these types of mountain, when there is an opening on top, and that opening is known as vent. From here, the molten rock, magma or lava, comes out, and it is too hot. As I told you earlier, that inside the temperature of the earth is not cool, only on the surface it is cool. So this hot lava or magma comes out in a form of ash, and it deposits outside the mountains. Some good examples of these volcanic mountains are Mount Fuji in Japan, Mount Etna, Mount Vesuvius in Italy. These are some famous volcanic mountains. In India, we also have one volcanic mountain at an island, Andaman, where it is known as Barren Island. There, the volcanic mountain is there. Yes, students, so we have learned about three types of mountains in the landforms of the world. So today I have taught you about the three types of mountains, that is fold mountains, block mountains, and the volcanic mountains. In fold mountains, when the continents collide with each other, then the crust raised up and from the mountains. In block mountain, when the parallel or crust sinks, then the rift valley is formed and the land goes at bottom, and block mountains don't have any peaks. They are the mountains, block mountains. And the third is volcanic mountain, which I have taught you just now, that from the inside the earth crust, the magma pushes out through a vent, comes out through a vent, and the molten rock is there. So this is known as volcanic mountain. Next, I am going to explain you about the peaks and valleys and plateaus in my next video. Thank you.